Chapter 23, Cathars, Albigenses, Waldenses. Manichaeism, with its hierarchy and missionary system, had taken root in Europe, and with its chief seat in Bulgaria, had thus found its way into northern Italy and the southern part of France. Unquestionably, Manichaeans, in their beliefs and teachings, the Cathars, purifiers of pure, held the unadulterated tradition of Manes. Their hierarchy was that established by their founder. In the 12th century, their supreme chief was in Bulgaria, having under him bishops, priests, deacons, and simple perfects. These composed the class of perfects who were distinguished from the second degree of believers. As to the their name derived from Albi, a town in Languedoc, covered not one but many sects issued from Manichaeism and Arianism, and counted also many Jews or Judaized Christians. Under this appellation of the Albigenses, historians, whether political or religious, have almost unanimously included the Cathars. A revolt against the then existing church power of the 12th century is only too comprehensible when one recollects the excesses of which popes, bishops, and almost all dignitaries of the church were guilty. The pioneers of the rebellion had been Peter of Bruges, died 1126, and the monk Henry died 1148. They had openly attacked the vices of the clergy and fallen victims, the first to his own fanaticism. He was killed by the mob, whose anger he had aroused by pulling down a wooden cross to be used as burning wood for the purpose of cooking meat on a Good Friday. The second was imprisoned by a bishop against whose vices he had raised his voice. Both had attacked the beliefs and practices of the church. Like the Baptists of today, they rejected the practice of baptism for children and denied the dogmas of transubstantiation and redemption through Christ. They gained many adherents and left numerous disciples whose Manichaean opposition to the church was identical with that of the Cathars. Upon such grounds fell the preaching of Peter Waldo, who, although he repudiated the dualist doctrine of the Manichaeans, formed a serious opposition to the church. He created the sect of the Waldenses, divided into two degrees, perfect and believers. The former made a vow of poverty and as such took the names of poor brethren. The later formed the outer or third order. From the south of France and northern Italy, persecution drove the Waldenses to the central of northern provinces of France, thence to England, then from Lombardy into Germany and Bohemia. John Wycliffe, 1324 to 1384 in England, and John Huss, 1369 to 1415 in Bohemia, were the foremost representatives, and in their later country they formed the Bohemian Brethren, who later also took the name of Moravian Brethren or Religious Masons.